Known for its rugged mountains and mile-high vistas, Colorado is a beautiful place that many immigrants call home. As our family members, neighbors, friends, business owners, public servants, immigrants are part of our communities and make up the fabric of our state's economy. Colorado's economy is dynamic, with exports including agriculture, manufactured goods, machinery, and aerospace. The state's diverse economy requires a diverse workforce, which is why Colorado is so lucky to appeal to a wide array of immigrants from across the world who bring their many skills and talents to the state. Colorado advocates, community members, and leaders have led the movement to protect the economic future of the state by fending off bad policies that would hinder the growth of our immigrant workforce and pushed for better policies that provide resources and tools for families to thrive. Colorado's thriving economy owes a great deal to our immigrant population. Approximately 546,000 immigrants call this state home, making up 10% of the total population. These immigrants are essential in generating over $49.1 billion of our state's $491 billion economic output. The Colorado Fiscal Institute, or CFI, is a research organization that supports immigrant-serving advocates by providing necessary research and data to support policies that advance Colorado as a welcoming state where families can thrive and have a bright economic future for themselves and younger generations. The impact of immigrants extends far beyond population percentage. Today, immigrants represent 20% of all Colorado service industry workers. From bringing a vast array of cultural cuisines to the state to working in the tourism sector, immigrants contribute significantly to Colorado's booming tourism economy.
Immigrants power the economy, especially in Colorado, where we have industries like tourism, hospitality, adventure, agriculture, ranching. These industries are driven by immigrant labor, and they just don't work if immigrants aren't working. We saw that with a whole slew of anti-immigrant policies that passed in 2006, and the chilling effect that that had on the workforce in Colorado, where immigrants who had typically come to Colorado and worked for a seasonal job and then moved out of the state were no longer coming. We became known as a hate state for immigrants across the country, and that labor pool dried up. And because of that, the industries that need and rely on immigrant labor were unable to actually operate that year. And we had everyone from ranchers and restaurant owners to ski lift operators crying out for the state to do something, because we really realized that immigrants, again, power the economy, and Colorado just doesn't work without immigrants working.
Colorado benefits from the hard work of immigrants who build, maintain, and renovate our infrastructure. Colorado immigrants account for 28% of those employed for construction jobs across the state. These individuals play a crucial role in shaping our homes, roads, and businesses. Colorado immigrants contribute to our communities in many ways, and leaders and advocates have worked hard for generations to help create resources and tools for Colorado immigrants to thrive. Although there have been many strides in policies that support immigrant families, there have also been challenges on the way. Despite facing many barriers, immigrants thrive because of the advocates who have worked hard across the state to pass laws that positively impact our immigrant communities, while also fending off bad policies that put families in danger and hurt Colorado's economy.
Colorado had on its books a bill that was a show me your papers law that basically allowed local police to stop and ask anybody that they suspected of being an undocumented immigrant to show them their papers. That would often lead to having them be jailed and then deported or placed into deportation proceedings. This law had been on the books since 2006. Colorado Immigrants' Rights Coalition and a lot of immigrant justice folks came to CFI and said, what is this costing the state? And we did that report for them. And in 2013, Colorado became the first state in the country to repeal its Show Me Your Papers law. And a lot of that had to do with the arguments that we were able to make on the fiscal and economic costs of that bill.
Widely viewed as a precursor to other punitive state immigration enforcement measures, SB 90 was proven to erode trust between immigrant communities and law enforcement, jeopardizing public safety, and pushing vulnerable individuals, women, children, and families at grave risk of unreported crimes of violence. The Colorado Fiscal Institute found that the state of Colorado spent upwards of $13 million per year to enforce federal immigration laws, or SB 90. With leadership from the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition and with data support from Colorado Fiscal Institute's research team, community members and advocates repealed SB 90 in 2013.
This seems like a little thing, but actually everyone having access to a driver's license means that they can work farther away from home. So the economy chugs along, communities are safer because people have an identification that allows them to do things like just offer testimony if they were an eyewitness to an accident or a crime. They can seek a job that's farther away. Data shows that they actually buy bigger things. And so all of that is just good for the economy when people are buying and participating and working and paying taxes. All of that is just great for the economy.
In 2006, Colorado leaders made it impossible for undocumented immigrants to obtain a driver's license. The Colorado Fiscal Institute found that expanding driver's license access to people with I-10 numbers brings in additional state revenue through license and registration fees. Driver's licenses for undocumented immigrants were reinstated in 2013. As of 2023, more than 200,000 people with I-10 numbers have been able to obtain a driver's license.
2013 came, SB 251 passed, became a law, and we weren't able to get access to the information, not knowing where to look or anything. And that's when CIRC came to Lamar. Once we figured out requirements, process, etc., we kind of set up a system how we can help the community. And we learned that from all the other amazing people that was behind us working on this and how they organized themselves, making sure the community members had access to the driver's license. SB 251 was the law that came in and moved this area in southeastern Colorado. We never knew it was going to be a whole journey trying to figure out how that was going to work. In my case, it took me over a year. That feeling after you got your driver's license and get behind the wheel and say, yes, I can drive. And even if I get stopped for any reason, I have everything that I need. On June 2nd, we celebrated in Denver the 10th anniversary of the driver's license. It was an amazing event.
Working to make Colorado a welcoming and safe place for immigrants is good for all Coloradans. Education can provide a path to success and generational wealth for all young people. An educated workforce is also a great benefit to Colorado's economy. In 2013, immigrant youth and a diverse coalition of advocates fought for in-state tuition for undocumented immigrants. CFI researchers supported that policy with data that found that Colorado was missing out on an extra 150 college graduates per year, who would each be paying on average $1,200 more in taxes compared to non-college graduates, contributing considerably to the overall productivity of the economy. Colorado's asset bill continues to change the lives of families across the state and was a precursor to a federal policy that supports a pathway of citizenship for dreamers.
We do a lot of work helping immigrants who come to the U.S. with a professional background in education. So we kind of help them navigate the complex process of getting relicensed and reaccredited so that they can actually, work in jobs that they're qualified to do here and that they don't waste their talents once they come to the U.S.
Of the 3,400 immigrants in Colorado working upper wage occupations, More than 2,000, 67%, are healthcare practitioners or technicians. Immigrants are disproportionately likely to be doctors. While immigrants making up 10% of Colorado's population, 13% of the 13,000 physicians in Colorado are immigrants, contributing to the health and well-being of all Coloradans.
So Colorado, we know, does a really good job of bringing in educated people, but we don't do a really good job of educating people here in our own state. And that's true across the board for all forms of education. It's critically true of adult education. I was just shocked to find that we were the only state in the country that didn't put any funding, state funding, towards adult education, whereas most states put in way more state funding towards adult education than the federal funding that we receive. And obviously this impacts our community a lot because it is a community that often needs access to classes like English language acquisition or high school equivalency preparation or citizenship preparation. So we've really worked hard to convene with all of our stakeholders across the state, whether they're other adult education providers or just organizations that work with the immigrant and refugee community, policymakers, to focus on this issue. And we've succeeded in 2 separate bills over the past several years, one which expanded the kind of programming that could be done through state adult education dollars. Unfortunately, that was the first year of COVID, so we were not able to increase the budget that year. And so we came back to it this past year and were able to triple permanently the level of state funding for adult education in our state. So we're really thrilled.
Thank you so much, Spring Institute. I appreciate people who create Spring Institute. I appreciate people who sponsored Spring Institute, because for us, for people who immigration people, it's very important learn English. No, without communication, we can't live in any country. It's very important because we need to find work, and everywhere we need to communicate with people. I was silent 1 year and then after courses I can speak. I don't know what, it's like after every lesson it's like one knowledge, and then maybe collect knowledge, and then I started to speak.
Providing education and language resources for immigrants is vital to the economic future of individuals, their families, communities, and our state. These vital resources empower individuals to embark upon the journey of entrepreneurship and business. The impact of both education and language access also opens a door for immigrants to create their imprint on the Colorado economy. The majesty of Colorado's natural landscape is mirrored in the ingenuity and drive of its small business owners, who span the soaring peaks to the vibrant cityscapes. With the spirit of progress and connection at the heart of Colorado's entrepreneurial community, it's only fitting that these trailblazers are given a chance to make a tangible impact on the economy, enriching the lives of fellow Coloradans in the process.
There are laws that allow people to now, people with IT and their driver's license can still register a business and start their own business. So how can I register my business? How can I start? Be in compliance with all the things that I need to be, not just the law when it comes to taxes, but also when it comes to safety, when it comes to whatever I need to have. We're seeing that here. And it's exciting because they're ready. They're ready to start their own business. They've been working years and years and years on that idea and making sure that they develop all the skills they need.
At SIS Finance, we are a nonprofit organization. We are a CDFI. We provide small business loans. We have 2 types of loans. We have the regular interest-based loan, and we also have the Islamic compliant Murabaha loan, which is a fee-based loan. Many of our clients are Muslims, and they do not agree with the concept of interest, and interest is forbidden in Islam. Therefore, we have a loan that is structured differently, and that's a fee-based loan. That way, they can participate in the economy and have economic mobility.
I just owned a coffee shop like 2 months ago. My coffee shop name is Coffee Time. You know, it's a mosque there, Somali, Ethiopian, with a lot of communities there. I said, well, why I don't do this place? You know, yeah. And now they come people, you know, they talk each other. They take from information each other. They come a lot. Yes, it's good for in the community. Yes, I'm still marketing. I'm still giving the people, tell them. But yeah, still now they come in. But it's not that much big. It's not still yet. I'm off to work. But yeah, they come in like in the morning or afternoon, like this time from now. They come in, sitting together, talk each other.
The Office of New Americans' mission is to facilitate the integration and inclusion of Colorado's New Americans into Colorado's civic, economic, and social life. The top priorities for the Office of New Americans is, first of all, ensuring that our office is an office for the entire state. ONA is not primarily a service provider. We're actually primarily a policy office and ensuring that new Americans have access to state programs. But the state legislature has mandated that we work on several programs. And so we have the Virtual Career Aligned ESL program, which provides online virtual career ESL that is career and sector specific to new Americans and English language learners across the state of Colorado. We have our Immigration Legal Defense Fund, which is in its third year of operation. It's at $350,000 right now, but it provides immigration legal defense to those Coloradans who are in deportation proceedings. We have the Integration of International Medical Graduates program, which we just launched. And the hope is that the program will help internationally trained doctors get back into Colorado's medical workforce. And then we have the Benefit Recovery Fund, and that is one of a kind. It hasn't been done across the country yet. It will be an unemployment program for eligible undocumented workers to give them a little bit of cash assistance to give them a bridge to their next job. We're hoping to launch that by the end of 2023. I am hopeful for our future, the future Office of the New Americans. I would love to see a well-funded office with the capacity to meet the needs that we're seeing for Colorado's New Americans. Currently, and I hope always, our office will purely and only exist to serve Colorado's New Americans with no other motives. Like, we want Colorado's New Americans, our immigrants and refugees, and their children to thrive in this state. They have so much talent. They have so much value that they're adding to our state, and we just want them to be able to use all of that talent and to maximize their talent and their skills for themselves and their families, but also for the benefit of Colorado.
There are a lot of things that we can do on the welcoming community side, and one of the things that we do is we really just work to educate potential employers to look at and to give a fair shot to employment applications that may be coming in from individuals who are not native-born Americans, who maybe didn't learn to write their resumes in the right way or say the right things in kind of cover letters, but really who have experience that can translate and can be beneficial. We work then on the newcomer side as well with how to write those resumes, how to write those cover letters, how to do interviews. But both sides, I think we need to really look at the benefit that is provided to, either hiring that employee or working back in your actual field of training. So there are things that we can do on the welcoming community side.
Want to go farther on making sure that every immigrant who is here, regardless of immigration status, any person who is here has access to see a doctor when they're sick. And they don't have to be afraid of not being able to pay for it in order to do that. We really want to see language access. So really recognizing that people come to Colorado with a whole variety of different needs, and they have to be able to have as many access points to our communities and our society and the things that we have to offer here as anyone else. Can't go without saying that some kind of comprehensive immigration reform, and I know that this is federal, but we always have to keep working on it, is absolutely essential. We have to be creating a path to citizenship for anybody who wants it.
Colorado, a state that celebrates the diversity and welcoming spirit of its immigrant population. We have made significant strides in fostering an inclusive environment for all, providing opportunities for a prosperous future. Yet our journey towards equality must not falter. Discrimination and injustice have no place in our society, and we must remain vigilant in eradicating them. Every Coloradan deserves to benefit from what our state has to offer, regardless of their background or circumstances. As we forge ahead, let us remember that there is still much work to be done. Our immigrant community must be empowered to reach their full potential as proud Coloradans. Together we can create a more just and inclusive Colorado, specifically for those most affected by these pressing issues, our immigrant community. Thank you for your hard work to bring about true progress.